Well, hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Cattle and Crops, the farming experience. And for the first time, I'm actually launching this off of Steam. Yes, indeed. A fairly successful launch from what I've seen so far. Some people had a little bit of issue, but it seemed to be more a matter of if you were a Kickstart backer and didn't delete the old copy of the game, the Kickstarter copy. Then there was a bit of an issue, but I did all of that before I downloaded this, so I seem to be fine. I wanted to start on this page just to show you guys something that's kind of encouraging. We have a mods manager built into the game. Now, obviously there's nothing here, because, well, there's no mods yet. The game has got to be a game before you can start modding the game. So we are going to jump in here, back to Albergtal. Let's see how it goes for mission 3. But yeah, it is nice to see that, you know, even before they're at a stage where you can make mods for it, they ensured that there would be a way to put them into your game relatively simply. So, wow. Oh, it's night. I've never been here at night. Am I barefoot? What have you got on your feet, dude? There's something wrong with your slipper. Oh, no, I see. Okay, it's just... they're kind of a two-tone taupey thing. Alrighty, so... we should have... a new mission available. Not that one. Here we are. Plowing with the MB track is available. Okay. Alright. Plow so we can bring out the seeds soon. Alright, so we do get to drive the MB, and we are going to be using it with a Lemken 8 meter 3+1N 90. Oh, 8M. I don't assume for a moment that's 8 meter. That would be a big plow. Alright, let's accept this. Yep. I don't require the, or remember the non-immersive iron bar being there before, but hey, it's there, so I guess we're good. Alright, let's, first of all, get rid of this creepy thing. There we go. Alright, here we go. Ba-ba-ba. You don't jump, do you? No, you don't. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you've got the cultivator on the back. Good for you. And look at the lean on the tractor with no weight on the front. Wow, eh? But they would like us to get in here. So, hello. Oh, they have changed that to E. Isn't that interesting? Alright, attach the plow. Mr. Plow. Where's the plow? Oh, well, I guess we better start her up. Go off the handbrake. I think it's around the back of this building. Yeah, that or it's actually inside, isn't it? Yep, I think it could well be. So, do these doors open? Yes, they do. So, let's see which one contains the plow. That would be that one. Yeah, okay. We have to get at it from the other side. Oh, I do like the vehicles in this game, the way they drive, believe me. There we go. That's pretty close, I'm thinking. Drive to field 15. Let's get in the cab here. Eek! Freaky boy. Look out, kitty. You've seen my driving. Alright. So, let's get ourselves set up to go out and do some feld work, shall we? Yeah, I need to sit back a little bit from there so I can actually see what I'm doing. Ah, what have they got in slot 1? Raise and lower the hitch. Okie dokie, that's convenient. I'm just trying to get a little bit used to driving this. It's quite different from the way this handles compared to the other tractor that we drove, which I find interesting because you don't find that so much in Farm Sim, I don't think. You know, I mean, the differences between a huge tractor and a little one are certainly, you know, there for the taking, but yeah, this is a lot different. This feels much, much more stable. It doesn't roll around quite like that, and probably because of the even tire set, I would think. Whoa, 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 doggy, what are you thinking? Jeez, don't run out in front of tractors. That is not good for you, buddy. Man, this thing really rolls along, too. Yes, indeed, we have got some good speed up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, I was way out of control. Holy cow, man. Alright, so this is the field, huh? Get you to stop rolling for a sec. Thank you. Okay. Now, what have we got here? Okay, I think that will be turn the plow. So we'll have that. Well, we'll have to find out, actually. Support foot. Okay. Alright, so let's see what we've got here. 2 does what? Ah, alright. That's exactly what I want. Let's try 4. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting indeed. So, I think we're ready to start here. Let's lower it down. And let's hit the cruise control. Ooh, do she pull. Man. Uh-oh. I think I have done this wrong, haven't I? Uh-huh. Oh, well. I'll do it right coming up the other side. At least the trench is going to be right on the edge of the field. Whew. What a pull to this. You can hear the difference in the engine as well, even inside, when it's working like this as opposed to not. Whoa, just that little bit of time, you see how far it ended up dragging me off to the side, eh? Okay, let's lift it up. Now I'm not going to turn it around this time because I think, like I said, I don't think I was quite where I should have been there. Don't really like driving on a neighbor's field either, but so it goes. Okay. And try and get a little bit of overlap here just to make sure. And let's lower it down. Let's kick in the funny funnel and away we go. Again, having an issue getting started, eh? There we go. Now we're underway. So this time, hopefully, yeah, there we go. It's going to give me something to ride my wheel in on the way back. Because I always thought you started the other way. It's just odd. Well, maybe for different games you start different ways. I don't know. It seems to me that to get the groove on that side before, you ran that side of the plow, but I could be wrong. Heck, I'm lucky to remember what I had for breakfast this morning, and it's only barely lunchtime. So... seems to be rather stuck. Interesting. I'm not doing any of that. That's the cruise control has been on this whole time. Here again. It's like it just has spots where it's having trouble getting by. I can get it to keep going in manual. Alright, now we should be able to drop the tires in there and do a proper job. Okay. See, it's... Okay, that's still not right then. Let's try this. Okay. And I know this part's already been plowed, but I want to see if this gets rid of the groove. Because while we're still in early access here, I wouldn't mind actually getting a handle on how to do the jobs here, so that they are proper and all. Okay, now should be doing what I want it to do, which is to say more or less filling that groove, and that's exactly what it's doing. Alright, excellent. So, all we gotta do is keep our front wheel in there. That's not hard to do. It's a lot easier than trying to run it straight without having that groove, I'll tell you. And yeah, this is actual terrain deformation, let me tell you. So you can see by the angle of my tractor now that it's fallen over into the appropriate groove. And yeah, that's better. Now we've got her plowing to style. Excellent. Perfect. No more grooves down the middle of the field. Does a nice job, actually. Now they do need to do a little bit of work. Now I have everything on as realistic as it will go. You do have options that allow you to... look at that, he can't get out of there from the edge of that field, barely. There we go. And you'll notice things like, I'll show you here, watch. Let's get on a level. Okay, I'm at a dead stop. I'm just going to press the forward key once. That's how far it went from touching the key once. It hasn't stopped yet. So pretty much the width of the field, and it does the same thing in reverse. I touched the key once. So I think there's a little bit of adjustment room here. Of course, problem is I haven't actually done a lot of this in real life, so I don't know. Maybe this is pretty close to what you can come to expect. All right, so let's flip her over. 3. Well, that's the beauty of being able to drag any, anything down onto that toolbar. That I do like over what's going on with Farm Sim for sure, I think. Rather than just... Yeah, okay, it adds a little more HUD, and this thing has certainly got more than enough HUD as it is. I like to get rid of that radio thing. I'd like to be able to close those other things once I've chosen what I want. Same thing, weather, missions, that doesn't need to be there. There probably is a way to hide the HUD, but yeah, at this point, it's not a major enough concern that I'm going to worry about it. Once again, had a little bit of trouble getting started. Oh, I'm not quite in that groove, that's what's going on. I was wondering why the pull was working so well, and it was just for that. I wasn't actually in the groove. Okie dokie. So I imagine this will be like the other ones. They'll tell you they want you to do 30%, and then once you complete that part, it'll go, okay, now do 100. Yeah. We just didn't want you to think you were going to be sitting here for an hour plowing this field. So when I was reading the Steam forums this morning, just to see how the launch went, because I hadn't yet logged in. I mean, I'd lit up the game just to see if it would go to the load screens and stuff, and it did that just fine. But yeah, as for how long it actually was lit up in game, I don't know. So, or how well the game launched. I mean, I didn't know. But it's funny, you know. The little bit of issues with the launch, etc., didn't take up the lion's share of what was on the forum. The most responded to post of all was, in fact, people complaining about the price. And I believe it's like $33, $35 Canadian, so it can't be that expensive. I mean, it's about Farm Sim pricing. You know, but there's like 70 posts. And, oh, okay, there we are, yeah. See, now they want us to go to 100%. I knew that was going on. But, yeah, everybody, you know, it's a independent company, just a bunch of modders from Farm Sim, why they want AAA pricing. You know, you look at a game like Real Farm that was released at, you know, $20 over the price of Farm Sim. At the time, because Farm Sim was on for standard price, it wasn't platinum yet. You know, and there was actually very little. There was actually people defending the price. You know, so it's a weird thing, you know. And then you get something like this, and as I said, it was the biggest post on the forum was people complaining at how much money they wanted for something that was an early access game, blah 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 blah. So I don't know. I didn't. Now, I mean, granted, I did buy it on Kickstarter, right? Because I backed them. But when I looked at the price on Steam, I did not actually find it offensively expensive. You know, like I said, it's, you know, I think they asked the same thing for Professional Farmer American Dream. Was about the same price point, you know, maybe a few bucks less, not much, but considering that, you know, what I've done here today alone is better than that entire game, well, I think you gotta sort of look at things in that light too, you know. And let's face it, I'm usually the last person that'll do something like defend the price of a game if it's a little expensive. Alright, I gotta get past this part without using the cruise controller. He's just not gonna get past it, apparently. Oops. Yeah. See, you can actually see him when it stops like that. He goes down and shifts gears. See? But why is it doing that? Come on. Well, we're just gonna have to not have cruise control then, because it doesn't seem to be able to overcome. Oh, I know. Let's hang on a sec here. Let's stop. And I just remembered this particular tractor, I think, is actually four-wheel drive, isn't it? So, come here. Thank you. Now, let's... Okay, well, let's hope that's on now. Doesn't seem to be helping. You know, it's almost like we just don't have enough power here. Okay, and then now he's good. Huh. I really don't know, guys. Okay, that's definitely four-wheel drive on, because you can see it actually gets all four wheels powered. Oh, come on. I'm not going to put up with that for hours on end. Like, again, you know, a little bit of adjustment on the physics is still required, obviously, but hey, you know what? It has some. You know, it has some, and they're certainly not as basic as most stuff we've seen, including, in this case, Farm Sim, I'm afraid, which has some rather questionable physics at the best of times. It takes a little while, eh? For that to rotate around like that? Dang. So you can see here too, where it did have those issues, it starts slipping sideways and drags everything off to the edge. Which again is not terribly nice, but oh well. There is more than enough time for them to make adjustments and do work. I mean, they've got really good work going on with the terrain deformation. And it's working better than anybody else I've seen that's tried it. So, you know, if it needs a little bit of fine-tuning, oh well. At least it is working. I mean, there are some sort of odd anomalies you notice when you're moving, that the terrain seems to change a little bit. But then again, I suppose, you know, you'd have shadows and stuff and different things. These are all little peaks and valleys after all, where, you know, it is actually deformed, so. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. 50% of the way through the field. Excellent. See, there is a four-wheel drive symbol just under, well, the word cattle there on the blue part of my Speedo. You can actually see a tiny little, but it doesn't light up whether you engage or disengage. So, kind of unfortunate. But I do like the fact that it now turns green when it's actually engaged. That's an improvement. So once you figure out which one's which, like green is active. So once you figure that out, it's a pretty simple thing to follow. I mean, we know for a fact our four-wheel drive is on now. Boing, boing, boing. I'll bet you do this all day, you come home a little bit sore. You know, oh, you look at modern tractors and they look like you're just... They're definitely trying to look out for your comfort, that's for sure. And there's a lot of mechanism there, eh? Jeez. It almost looks too, parts of it almost look too delicate for something that you're going to basically drag through hardened ground, you know? But I'm sure these are based on fairly accurate models. So, and you would have to think a company like Lemken, they've been around a while, they probably know how to build themselves a plow. So, fragility is in the eye of the beholder. Isn't that what they say? No? Okay. So yeah, this is the third mission. And I take it we're going to do seeding next. Oh, I guess we have to cultivate, don't we? That's probably why the other tractor is sitting there set up for us. And speaking of Real Farm, I believe 2nd of March, so still a ways to go. For the amount of fuss they've been making about it, I would have thought it was coming out earlier. But they are apparently releasing their first DLC. Yeah, I know. I would have preferred they'd done a little more work on what they've got so far, but yeah, they're going to be one of those where they're going to release some DLC. Now, they're releasing a new map, and the map, I hope I get this right, yeah, the map I believe is free to anyone. Like, it's just a free DLC that they're coming out with. So, oh, did I turn that around? No, I did not. Get up. They're also introducing a new crop, potatoes. Now, potatoes are free to anyone that owns the game before March 2nd. Otherwise, it'll be a paid DLC. Now, I'm pretty sure that's the way things are working. There we go. Now, let's drop you down. Let's have a look. Wow. Some interesting lighting effects and shadows going on here. I can not really see where my tread is. That doesn't really help. Get all these weird lines running in exactly the same direction I'm trying to plow. Doesn't help. I mean, I can see it way up ahead of me, so I guess that's okay. Wow, those are some long shadows. And does it have an actual... Oh, it says it's 8 o'clock. I think. See, I haven't done anything with changing the time, and I think there is a sort of a change the time scale. Let's just go to... Oop, not that. Let's go to this for a second. That doesn't seem to do anything. That actually pauses everything. Even the tractor sound stops. Okay, so I guess that's... whatever the default speed is what's going on with that part of it. So, okay. Let's get this puppy turned around. Oop, might have lifted a little early this time. Might have indeed. But not too bad. Let's get her done. Can I actually see the field? Oh yeah, see, there's the problem. You can see I left a lot of the groove from the last time. I just, frankly, honestly, I couldn't see it. All I could see was these long shadows from the tree trunks. And every one of them looked like a line. You can still see it. That line to my right, that's not actually a plow line, neither is the one to my left. Those are both just the shadows of tree trunks. Wow. And I don't have the shadows set on high. I didn't want to drag the FPS down any further than it was, because it's certainly not that easy for my kit to play, let me tell you. They actually recommend a GTX 1060, and of course I run a 1050. Who the heck can afford anything these days, or even find one? So, yeah. Oh, it did lower it down, okay. But we are really getting close to done here. It looks like they're going to make us do probably one more row and we can call it good. I'm hoping that's the groove that I'm seeing. Because oddly enough, with everything else that they offer, it looks like you don't actually, again, get, yeah, there's nothing there for lights. You can tilt the seat, you can do all of those happy things. You can't actually turn on the lights. So, alright, let's get the last little bit of this thing done, shall we? Before the sun goes down in our face. Alright, down you go. I get a feeling this may well be our last row. Okay. And then some, because according to them, we don't even need to finish this one. But you know how it is. Yep, I'm gonna. Besides, this end of the field is the closest to where we want to leave anyway. There we go. Alright. There. Now, 2, I believe. We'll put it level, right? Excellent. Should be a road right down here. Whoop. I don't want to cut over the guy's field. Now, I think I might have just... Yeah, I did. See, X will also fold things. So let's go back to that. There we are. And let's head back to the farm. How is it it's always the other way around? I don't get it. You know, when we first left the field, it pointed to this road as the way out. You know? And if you don't follow their map thing exactly, they actually make you go all the bloody way back. I don't know. Maybe I hallucinated. That's always a possibility. Always a possibility. In fact, I don't know. Maybe that's where they wanted me to turn around from where I was. To go down on that road and go around the corner like we just did. But either way, who cares? Dude, I think you're parked in my circle, man. Yeah. Oh, what? You're not gonna let me? Oh, man. 'Cause that'll mess me up. You know? It truly will. There we go. It'll let us get close enough anyway. So, we get 15 XP, 250 XP. Alright. Are they giving us money for this too, though? I'd kind of like to be paid for it. Okay, so we finished it in 35 minutes, 33 seconds. Point 2. Wow, we really needed to know that part. Alright, so, okay. We've done this one. We've done all of these. New mission available to strike a bargain. Cool. But that will be the next time, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, well, you know what to do. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And stay tuned for more of cattle and crops. Take care of each other, folks.